that's kind of us how we decide with the podcast. You kind of just that's how a podcast works. You kind of just go off of things. There's no teleprompter.
Should I
just whip it out? Yeah.
Well, not much of that's just...
No. Balling.
Speaking of that, the other day I was at Beatles with Theo.
Yeah.
And there's this dude here. I thought he was gay. He definitely is gay. He's bi.
Okay.
And he's like, he was like, dude, what if you want to be going for the tortas? And he was like, dude, mine, like, they wouldn't be able to even feel mine. Like, it can't reach because their ass is so big. He's like, that's why they call me skinny dick. He's got a long skinny dick, he says.
Bro, that's wild. Like, what? That reminds me, bro. Have you ever been hit on by a gay guy?
Him?
He hit on you?
Skinny dick for sure.
Skinny dick?
Yeah.
He was going to show you his skinny dick? Did he show it to you?
Yep.
Oh.
In the back.
In the back. In the bathrooms?
I stopped going with them, the beat-ups, because he's like, I don't know.
Just like low-key hitting on you?
I don't know if he was or wasn't, but he was like definitely, he was weird. He's just weird, I'll tell you that. It don't even matter like that.
Dude, I had one dude. He was online, right? This is when Among Us was a big thing too.
You seen Among Us is doing the 3D?
What?
On Steam, on the computer, you could play like Among Us, and you could actually like run through and like look around, and like you'd be in the hallways and shit.
You mean there's an Among Us VR?
No, like but you
like,
could actually just play on the computer.
Like, that's weird.
Yeah, so you just like look around instead of like playing the 2D.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, well, for my story though, what I was saying is that it's a prime Among Us days, right? We're playing Among Us, right?
Yeah.
It's a bunch of me and my friends and like my editor. He brought some of his friends, right? And one of them, like, I knew he was gay, right? And I don't care, whatever, right? But we're playing and everything. And, he low-key is just, like, sticking onto me, right? Like, trying to conversate with me with everything, right? And eventually, at the end, right, we're all getting off and everything. He messages me through Discord, goes, you want to play a different game together? Just the two of us? I was like...
Jerkmate ranked.
Jerkmate ranked. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Got stuff to do that don't involve you.
Anybody but you. Oh, that's fucked up. Oh, that's weird.
Right? I was so weirded out, and I told my editor afterwards.
He's like...
Pug, I told him afterwards, he's like, ain't no way. But that makes sense. He's like, that makes sense, though. So, Jerkmate ranked. James on it? You joined him? That's not James, bro.
No. Did not join him. Grand masturbated, though, in, like, 40 minutes. So...
Dude, those memes on TikTok...
Shout out, James.
Those memes on TikTok are so funny, bro.
Unfortunately enough, Jerkmate ranked is not what you think it is.
Sadly.
Yeah, sad days. Jerkmate, if you're listening, make a better version. Update your game.
Make a real version.
Yeah.
I want to play real ranked.
Make a game people want. Not a game you want. Listen to your fans.
Listen to your fans. You think there's actual people that are like we're pumped? Like, they saw the trailer, they're like, yes! Finally!
There definitely was.
Gooning.
There definitely was, and feels bad if you were those people.
The Discord mod all the way in the back.
If you were, like, hoping for, like, a real Jerkmate game...
That's kind of wild. Like, that's the kind of people that are excited for, like, porn games on Steam.
Like the dude I showed you the football video of.
Yeah.
Dude being like, I collect chips.
He likes cereal.
Not him, though. He's cool. Not the Tampa Bay dude. But, like, people like him who collect cereal and chips.
When we get famous, what are you going to spend your money on, you think? Like, what's going to be your collector item?
Bang Bros. No.
That's not a collector's item. That's a subscription, bro.
My bad. sports memorabilia.
You sports cards or like what do you mean like jerseys?
Sports
and stuff?
memorabilia, like signed shit. Shit like that's cool. I would want to get them myself though. I think that'd be cooler. Compared to just like buying them off auction or something like that. The collection of cards would be cool, some shit like that. That's probably really about it. Like
for me,
nothing else.
Pokemon cards, and then Legos.
See, the problem with Legos is you gotta like maintain them and like actually keep them clean and shit.
Well, yeah.
Some sets are so nitpicky, like.
No, but in the future, like, I want a separate room where it's just
Legos, yeah.
Just all Legos. I think it would be the coolest thing.
Shout out Miles Turner. You ever see Miles Turner? He's big, like he's.
Is he the guy with the basement that has like that giant Lego like city?
No. He's an NBA player. He's at the biggest Lego collection of all the NBA.
Really?
And probably most sports people, honestly. I don't know who really has like a
Lego
actual collection like that of Legos, but yeah, he's got like a whole room in his basement. It's not the table though. I know he's not the table. I don't know if it's in his basement. He's got a whole room separated. And he's got shelves and shit, a bunch of sets.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got everything, top down. You could think of it. He got it. He's got like Disney Castle and all it, Pyramid of Giza.
That's so cool.
Just in like that variety of actual range.
I that's what I want money for. It's just Legos, man.
Yeah.
Dude, like having those Lego sets. I don't know. Like every single time I build a Lego set, it just brings me back to childhood.
You're building that Minecraft one, no?
Yeah, I bought one recently. It was on the table here at first.
That's the collectible series though, right? That's like the, how they like do like the collectible ones.
Yeah,
boxes, like,
I think it was just a regular one.
Oh,
no,
okay.
It's like a regular Minecraft one.
Yeah,
it's a crafting table with like a village on the inside of the crafting table. I
like
thought it
Minecraft
was sick, and I was like, "Yo, I need to get this."
Isn't the outside just like the crafting table and the walls?
Yeah, the walls are crafting
walls.
table on the outside.
These ones they're open.
Yeah, then the two sides are open with the village inside.
Yeah. Oh, for collectibles, shoes.
Shoes. That makes sense.
I want more shoes. Don't own any shoes right now. Barefoot only.
I walk sockless.
Yeah.
Please support us.
I got holes
Please
in the
support
bottom of my
us.
socks.
We don't have shoes.
No, but yeah, like a bunch of shoes. I want like just a bunch, just to never wear them.
Yeah.
Just to sit there and collect dust all day.
That's how I want like Pokemon cards and like Lego sets pretty much.
Yeah, that's just how it is though.
I would think I would probably get into like Funko Pops and U2s also.
I was looking at some Funko Pops the other day. I was thinking about getting some of the basketball ones. They have like the Slam magazine ones and some of them.
Yeah.
Some of the players are cooler than the other ones.
They have like the huge ones too.
Yeah, so the ones they have like the Slam covers in the background. Yeah. It's a magazine cover, which is a big nod. Yeah. And yeah, it's got the Funko Pop of the player. And there's some like Miami Heat players I want. Like they got like Jimmy Butler, who's sadly no longer a Heat. But
wait, what do you mean?
He got traded.
He did?
Well, yeah, he's been wanting out all season.
I did not know. Who did he get traded to?
Golden State, California.
Golden State.
San Francisco, basically.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see Stephen Curry with
Jimmy Butler. They're 6-1 right now.
Damn.
6-1 together.
Damn. I did not know that. I guess I'm late to this.
Yeah, this happened 3 weeks ago. Trade deadline's like start of February, so
yeah.
What is it, the 27th, 28th? Probably. I don't know what it is today, but yeah. So yeah, he got traded. Trade deadline I think was like the 2nd, right before All-Star weekend. And yeah, so yeah, he got traded and no more of him.
Sports are getting exciting this year. I'm not gonna lie. Like the next line of sports coming up, especially for the NFL.
The upcoming athletes for both ends, football and what's it called? Well, actually, so the number 1 overall pick for the NBA just reclass I think he either is still considering or already made his decision, but I'm pretty sure he's going to reclassify till next year. He's going to stay in college and play next year.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good players. He's not like the like no matter what first overall pick. But
I don't know too much about college basketball at all, but
yeah, it's like there's like you can honestly look the 2 best players are probably Ashton Jensey and Travis Hunter, right?
Yeah,
but you could kind of go back and forth based on reason, and obviously in the NFL draft, like Ashton Jensey is not as high up in the draft as Travis Hunter is, but it's also based on needs.
It's because of position.
Yeah, it's position. You don't pick certain people because of certain, and it's also just determined on the team.
Yeah.
What do you need? And so there's Cooper Flagg and there's Ace Bailey, those are kind of like the two consensus first overall picks.
Mm-hmm.
But they're kind of bouncing back and forth on who goes where. Like they could either go first or second.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of based on team needs. And so, like I said, I don't know what his reason is. People are saying that he's gonna lose out on money, but he's gonna like go back to earn NIL money. But he's still gonna end up losing out on like $5 million because of what his contract would be. And then like long term, he'd be set up for a contract sooner than later in the NBA than he would.
Yeah, because of the extra experience too.
Yeah,
I bet.
So, and I'll kind of, I don't know, play for the guaranteed money, I guess.
Yeah.
He's already got his value. NIL value is $4.5 million.
Damn.
So.
Right off the bat.
That's like, so next year whoever team signs them is like that's what they have to pay him.
Yeah.
And that's not also accounting what other deals he's gonna get. I mean, I think he's New Balance.
He's New Balance.
I think he's a New Balance athlete. He's signed with New Balance, something like that. But like he plays for Duke and their Nike school, so like he could jump the table, but he's not nothing. No strings are holding him down. So he is gonna be playing for just whoever sooner than later. But I mean, he's seen with Nike everywhere. He can't wear New Balance on the court because Duke is like Duke is priority over it, so they make him wear Nike. Doesn't matter what like your
because of the head.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what your.
And that's only for college, right?
Yeah. Then once you go to the NBA, it's Nike in the NBA, but you can wear whatever shoes.
Yeah.
They have plenty of players. It's all.
That's interesting.
Nike. But yeah, I don't know.
Because I know for football, the draft coming up,
hefty one.
This is gonna be a crazy draft. I mean, you got 2-star QBs that are looking crazy good and like.
I hear Cam Ward's one. That's what the most recent mocks are saying.
Cam
Ward's
Ward
one.
And
Shador's third.
Yeah.
Shador's third. So. I heard Travis is fifth. I think
for like mock drafts.
Mock draft.
Yeah, I would guess so, because Travis Hunter being a pick like that, anyone that becomes so dangerous, and even potential trades and everything, it's gonna be a dangerous game out there.
Yeah, I can see it seem benefiting from like giving up who's first, New York, no, not New York. Who's whoever first is.
It's the Cowboys or it's the. It's either Cowboys or what's their names?
I was thinking Tennessee, but I don't know if that's Tennessee.
No, it's not Tennessee. I'm forgetting. I had it in the back of my mind. I know, but definitely Cowboys is one of the first ones.
But I heard it's
the Patriots.
Patriots.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's Patriots Cowboys.
Then I heard people were like, they're kind of like, do they draft another quarterback? Because they've drafted 3 first-round quarterbacks now in the past like couple years.
Who? New England. Yeah. Well,
they have Drake May.
Because you got to think
they have. Who was the other dude? The other dude, I don't know what his name is. But then now this would be the third.
Yeah.
So it's like.
I mean, for the Cowboys too, like even that, like they're gonna get rid of, Dak Prescott, even though
CD might be leaving.
He doesn't even that good. Who?
CD Lamb's gonna be leaving.
Really?
He's trying to get out of there, or no?
I wouldn't doubt it because CD Lamb is like wasted potential.
I hear Tyreek Hill might go with CD Lamb to Dallas.
I doubt it. I really doubt it.
Yeah.
If, money-wise, obviously he's probably going to go for the higher paycheck, right?
That's what he's been doing.
Yeah, but, if he goes for, who really wants him is Baltimore. Now, if Baltimore gets...
They have a high...
Tyreek Hill, that's fucking insane.
They're already paying a decent...
Yeah, they pay a lot, and to pay for Tyreek Hill, that's even a lot more... But even then, having that kind of...
I don't think they can make that. I don't think they make that push just because, they
would have to get rid of someone.
They still have Mark Andrews.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the new tight end that, popped off? What was his name?
I can't remember. It starts with a G. It's a weird one.
Who's G?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure.
Whatever his name is.
I know who you're talking about.
You got to pay him sooner than later. Yeah. So it's you get rid of him, but he can replace Mark Andrews because Mark Andrews is getting to the other side of the table where you kind of can't just let him go and you would be in good hands. You now have Derrick Henry who's going to be on your payroll. Lamar Jackson who's beyond obviously going to be on your payroll. He's an MVP front runner yet again. And obviously came up short. People said he should have got it. Other people were obviously siding with Josh Allen. I still think Josh Allen should have got it no matter what. It doesn't change my mind whether or not.
Yeah,
but
I would think the same thing.
So, there was 2 MVPs in that team actually, because Derrick Henry was close in that conversation too. Like I said, Mark Andrews, well. The new guy, the new tight end, Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman.
Yeah.
And I think they had a third receiver who was decent, but I mean, you already got a lot of high paid contracts. Your defense needs the money too, so it's like, you know, you gotta.
No, it's high paying, but if they somehow make it up, the only way I could see it is if they release Mark Andrews and get Tyreek Hill. That's the only way I could see it happen.
It all depends though, like when Rashad Bateman's contract's up, because you're gonna have to pay him. He's been playing really good the past 2 years. That tight end, I don't know what the fuck his name is.
I keep forgetting too.
I don't know what his name is.
It's kind of annoying me.
That tight end, I feel like you get rid of Mark Andrews and replace that tight end. Derek Favors? No, that's a basketball player. I don't know. I keep thinking Derek. I was thinking Derek Lively. That's a basketball player. Derek Favors is a basketball player. Yeah, but I mean, there's so many up and coming players you got to pay contracts, so you have to make the push. Zay Flowers, he's fast. He's, I mean, on the smaller end, he's a comparable receiver to Tyreek Hill. Wouldn't be as physical as Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill's, you know, he's pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
What I feel like the season's gonna be the most is like the revamp season. Like you're not gonna see Chiefs on top. You're not gonna see. Like, the teams that you saw on top the last few years are not going to be on top anymore.
I think Chiefs will be on top.
Not like this.
I think their offense needs to be better. I think they've played very lackluster throughout the whole season, especially with Travis Hunter. Mm-hmm. I mean, you got to figure out
the influence of those wide receivers, the running backs, and the quarterbacks coming in. I feel
they were all rookies last year, though. Like, the running back was a rookie last year, and they were running Kareem Hunt, which wasn't any good.
Well,
Isaiah Pacheco was injured.
Yeah, that's what I mean, though. It's like, I'm saying that now, like, and it's more in the draft pile-up, it's more the teams that didn't have much to do this season at all.
Yeah.
And now I feel like with that, either it's going to hit a middle ground where most of the teams are, like, very even, or you're just going to see more of those lower teams go high up in the charts.
What do you think about the Commanders?
The Commanders? Oh, the Commanders are going to be fucking strong.
You think?
Yeah. I feel like how Jaden Daniels plays and how you see him post-game and everything, he's scary, dude. Like, did you see the one, there was a TikTok, I think it was either Bleach Report or it was some kind of social thing like that. They were doing an interview with him, and they put him on a game, right? Mm-hmm. Where he's looking at film, but it's all blacked out with just the outline of the QB, and their different throwing patterns. He knew every single QB within, like, 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's good recognition.
And someone that is able to, like, almost, like, watch film like that and be able to, like, watch the kind of people he's playing against is, like, a different beast.
It says a lot.
Yeah, it says a lot.
I don't know. I feel like the Commanders are enter a slump, just because some of the NFC teams are gonna come back stronger. And it's only on, I mean, expectations. There's no actual, we don't know what's gonna happen. But
he is a good leader too.
I think a team that a lot of people have high hopes for, that you have high hopes for, that everybody really rides on, is definitely the Bears.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like, well, it really depends on how they actually play out. Mm-hmm. I mean, the Bears aren't necessarily something you can just look at and be like, okay, we're not really going to, we're just going to disinclude them. We're not going to say anything about them because they're not going to do anything. No. Really don't know that. Ben Johnson is a tenured offensive coordinator. He's taking the head coach position.
Yeah.
We see what happened with the Lions in the past 2 years. They've been making record-breaking seasons with their records in the season being new records themselves. What was that, 13-1 or something like that, or whatever it was. I mean, the records that they've been doing break records. I don't know. It sounds weird saying it, but it is what it is.
I know what you mean, though.
Their win-loss record is breaking records.
Yeah.
And these teams never seen anything like it before. They're still going to be a strong. I think one of the teams that were in contention last year, you're not really going to see as much, depending if they do re-sign Sam Darnold, is the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
And just the quarterback position. I know they got J.J. McCarthy for a reason. Shout out J.J. McCarthy. But it's like, what do you do? I hear a lot about Sam Darnold maybe getting moved just because it's like, well, we got a quarterback. You drafted a quarterback for a reason, but then you look at a team like New England who's drafted up and coming three quarterbacks now.
And it hasn't worked out.
And it's like, well, what do you do? Like, and all good quarterbacks.
It really depends if it fumbles or not, but that's the thing. I don't think it is this year. This year, they're too strong.
Who?
All the up-and-comings.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it doesn't seem like it would be like, oh, like, they could be kind of iffy. It more seems like, oh, like, they're going to push their team.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm excited to see, like, what team, like, Cam Ward goes to and see how he affects it. I mean, seeing what he did in Miami. I wonder if he's going to do his nonchalant thing that he does on the field. You know, just how he is. I mean, I know he had good receivers around him, and there was, I mean, his own line was protecting him like hell, which is props to the whole team, obviously. Yeah. But just want to see what it's like on the NFL field. I mean, not just
because it changes.
Not just because it changes. I mean, like Caleb Williams was very confident in college football. Yeah. Then came in and like had problems because he was taking too long in the pocket. Yeah. I don't think that's gonna be a problem for Cam Ward, but just like I just want to see how he is and how he could develop a play without anybody around him. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Cause I feel like everyone's kind of bringing a new kind of like, not technique, but like play style in a way, right?
Like the quarterbacks?
Yeah, not just the quarterbacks. Everybody. I mean, even Ashton Jeanty, you're seeing a style of what we saw before with Walter Payton. It's like something you haven't seen in forever.
The angry running.
Yeah, the angry running.
They run when they hate the ground.
Yeah, you know? Exactly.
Isaiah Pacheco was a great look at that. You know, it was a big deal in the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl the first time around against the Eagles. I think he would have been a difference maker in this past Super Bowl if he wasn't injured and was, you know, could have played to his full potential. I know he was hurt up and coming into it. He did play in the game, but I know he didn't get many touches. But somebody like him really does change the game, how they can run. Somebody who can't put it on the ground, Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry. Those guys are people you can't put on the ground. I'll be that guy and put Najee Harris in there because I'm a Steelers fan. Yeah. But it's like, you know what I mean? Somebody who hates the ground and they really just don't stop. And that's what everybody says. They don't like the ground. Yeah. They run so aggressive and it's just a problem to stop them.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be fun to see, and like with Travis Hunter too, being on two sides of the ball, and if they allow him to do that, then that's even something that's crazier too, because you're gonna see a whole different play style.
So I hear that he was taking some interviews from different, you know, he's obviously talking to a bunch of different teams. Yeah. I mean, for all we can know, New England can pick him first. Yeah. We don't know. Right, and we don't know. They might see something we don't. He might drop to 30th. He might drop to a couple different rounds. Obviously, that's nothing we don't know. But he's taking a lot of conversation, talking to a lot of teams. Probably, obviously, more of the teams closer to the top of the draft. But I heard his first actual interview. They were talking about using him at wide receiver position. And then, I mean, that obviously pointing towards like the fact they're looking to use him on one side of the ball. Yeah. He says he doesn't really favor one side of the ball over another. He's open to taking both sides. Yeah. Obviously, he wants pause first off. He's obviously wants to play both sides of the ball. But for a team, they don't want somebody who's hurt, and you're gonna use him where you can. I remember
overwork a guy.
Yeah, you don't want like what happened to Christian McCaffrey. Yeah. He was already injured going into the offseason, continued to work out, worsen his injury, and now the only person who knew he was really going to be out was his dad, probably. Yeah. And, I mean, that's not a bad look necessarily, but your best ability is availability.
You're not playing, yeah.
Yeah, you got to be on the field to actually impact winning. And, I mean, there's some people who can impact winning on and off the field, but really to be that, it's more on the field. It's like 60-40, on the field 60.
It's still going to be interesting, though, even if he's on one side.
I think you might see him, like, I don't know, maybe if a team lines him up for receiver, maybe endgame you throw him in as a cornerback, or vice versa. He's a quarterback all game long.
It would be crazy if they put him on both sides of the ball. I really doubt it.
I think for preseason you might see it.
If there was a way, that would be crazy.
I think preseason, I think like a team can look into. I think a team might talk to him.
How it would look.
I was gonna say I think a team might take him and be like, okay, we want receiver out of you, so we want you to line up wide. Right, but then in the preseason, we're going to take a look. I mean, he's going to be a starter. There's no question about that. And what I think is really good about him, he's definitely going to make athletic catches like George Pickens does. Yeah. And not to be biased like it's George Pickens, but everybody knows he won, catch of the year 2 years ago. And he was, I think, a front runner for it again this year. Yeah. He has some ridiculous catches.
Some of these catches is crazy.
I think Travis Hunter is a guy who's potentially able to do the same thing like that. Yeah. And so putting him on the offensive side of the ball is an amazing thing. And, I don't know how much you can really use that on the defensive side of the ball. I never watched Travis Hunter on defense. I don't watch Colorado Buffalo games and look for him on the field. But like what's his name said. What's his name?
He's good at tracking. He's very good at
But it's
tracking.
like Deion Sanders is like, in an interview they pointed out, Travis Hunter has a very significantly less number of tackles than some of the other DBs on the team. Mm-hmm. What's the reason for that? Because they can't throw the ball to him. Because he's playing such good defense. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, if he's playing, I don't know if he's playing wide receiver 1 all the time when he's going against them on cornerback, but he's obviously impacting defense one way. It's impacting winning. So
yeah,
using him for something like that could, very much be very helpful to the team.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch. I can't wait to be a viewer to that.
Honestly, I really wonder. I wonder who the players are going to be picked up. I think Shedeur Sanders is going to be an impressive one. I don't know though. I mean, he really wasn't winning too much though without like a good receiver on his team.
Yeah.
And it's not like to throw shade towards him or anything like that. I just want to see what he could do with the team that's not going to be ready.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's obvious, right? You're first overall pick. I mean, he's not first overall, but the higher you're up in the draft is no secret. You're not built for anything.
Yeah.
You're not going to be any types of good. And so it's just like, I want to see what Travis Hunter Shedeur Sanders can do with a worse team.
Yeah.
I mean, the Colorado team was pretty built. It was a lot went into it. And bringing somebody like Travis Hunter there, who made him a Heisman.
Team that they don't know at all.
Yeah, so... Yeah, I just want to see what he could do with a team that's just not fully ready to win. And I mean, I don't think Colorado was everybody who goes in college football wants to win, obviously. Mm-hmm. Not saying that they weren't trying to win, but I don't think the team was in the best win-now situation. What's it called? I was going to bring this up. There's this podcast I heard about on, what's it called?
Don't bring up other podcasts. Not around ours.
So the dude off Part of My Take, right? That's like the Barstool people. They do a bunch of Chicago takes. He's from Chicago. They talk about the Bears and shit like that all the time. He brought up this podcast called Maryland Boys Foodies or some shit like this.
Yeah.
And it's these kids. They're like 12 years old.
12?
They have a podcast. It's like, I think it's like 4 of them.
Yeah.
One of them, they have like ridiculous nicknames. One of them's like the nonchalant kid.
So it's just a brain rot podcast? Is that what you're
They talk about food all day.
Interesting.
But they never eat anything.
So they just give their reviews?
So they're like, okay, so the clip that he brought up, Big Cat brought up in the podcast that he was talking about their podcast, was that like, this, by the way, this channel has like 300,000 followers, I think.
Yeah.
On like TikTok. So the kid's like, what's your guys' favorite pizza toppings? And one of the kids was like, oh no, like, I don't like that. One of the kids basically like started off by going, pepperoni, kinda, I'm more of a cheese guy.
The thing that's on every pizza ever?
That's like his favorite topping.
What?
But it's like the only topping they get. So they're like a foodie podcast.
Yeah.
But then they only get cheese pizza.
What?
They talk about wings.
So this guy is just like, nah, I don't really like that. I just like pizza.
Everybody on the podcast is like, pepperoni. One of the kids was like, oh, meat lovers is pretty good, but I don't know. I'm not really a fan of sausage. And yeah, pepperoni's kind of weird. They're all like, pepperoni's even kind of weird. I like cheese.
That's pretty funny though.
And yeah, no, the one time they're talking about wings.
Yeah.
And their favorite wings are like buffalo.
Buffalo's disgusting.
Which is like,
that's just a wrong take.
It's buffalo and barbecue.
So the most average.
That's it. There's nothing else. You think of anything, they've never had it.
So they have a food podcast, but they only eaten like 2 foods in their entire life.
And I'm sure they talk. I mean, I watched a couple clips on TikTok last night about it, but like, I mean, I obviously wasn't like memorizing everything they were talking. It's pretty ridiculous.
That's
it's just
so
like,
funny though.
It's like they just do the simplest things ever.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if you like ask them what their favorite kind of burger is, they'd be like, oh, my favorite topping on a burger is but your favorite topping on a burger, they're like, it's probably cheese. You know what I mean?
So funny,
they're like
though.
pickles. I don't know if they even do pickles.
That is so funny though.
So it's just like, yeah, they have a full podcast or a foodies podcast. And only food. It's not. I mean, I don't know what else they talk about. Like, I obviously don't watch their podcast.
Yeah.
Because fuck their podcast. No, I'm joking.
Ballin' podcast on top. No matter what.
But yeah, no, their channel is just about food.
Yeah.
But they just haven't tried anything.
That's so.
They don't eat. They so kept pointing out a good thing on his podcast when he was talking about it. He's like, it's a food podcast talking about food they want to try. But they can't.
Just imagining.
They're 12.
That's funny though. That's really funny.
That's it. There's nothing else they talk about.
Dude.
It's just about food they want.
That brings up, like, what's your favorite food then? What would you say?
Cheese pizza.
Shut up. You're not them, bro. No, for real.
Barbecue. Like some like chicken pesto.
Chicken pesto.
It's like, I don't know. It's like what is it?
I forgot.
Let me look this up for you real quick. I don't know what the toppings are. It's like basil and shit. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just like,
it's just good to you.
It's the type of shit that, like, let's see.
It bangs all the time. Like, you.
It's pretty good.
Whenever.
Hey, this is the kind of like what it is. It's just like shit you put. It's like type of chicken. That's all.
I see what you mean.
It's like basil, like tomatoes and shit. It's like a bunch of like herbs and shit out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's something you would say you would have like all the time, right?
Like, yeah, like one thing left.
Yeah.
Like, I could do that, I guess.
For me, I have two options on that. For me, I would say either Philly cheesesteak, because like it just never goes wrong, bro. Like, it's so good.
You do any toppings?
Yeah, I mean, like the typical toppings when you get it with peppers. Oh my god, bro.
Clip it.
It's just always good. It's just always good, no matter what. Now, on like a contrary to that, if I could choose something else, cereal. Keep it simple. Just cereal.
You would collect cereal?
Shut up. No.
What's the go-to cereal?
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms. Because obviously when you say cereal, like, if it was like one last one,
there's
a variety of them.
There's a variety of cereal in there.
But yeah, you choose one. Lucky Charms.
Yeah, Lucky Charms just always the bomb. Like, no matter what, it's just like you have a selection. Lucky Charms is the first thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's the top three? Lucky Charms.
That's a hard question.
Yeah, Lucky Charms. You got.
Probably, I would say, I already have it. Lucky Charms, Captain Crunch, and then, what is it called? Almond Bran? Or like, Honey Nut Almond, whatever it's called. I can't think of it. No, not Honey Nut Cheerios. It's that shit that it has like the slices of almond, where it's like the almond, right? And then you have the clusters of, like honey granola, where it's like the granola and it's honey. You know what I'm talking about? It's I think I do natural, more natural cereal.
Like some Raisin Bran type cereal.
Yeah, but it's not Raisin
Bran.
But
it's almonds and shit.
Yeah, it's more almonds and like the honey clusters. That shit bust.
That's your top three.
Yeah, that shit bust.
I think we had that at the house. I ain't gonna lie.
Really?
If I were to go, I can fuck with Lucky Charms. I don't know what the order would be. Definitely go like some Lucky Charms. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I fuck with Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And a third. The first one that comes to my mind is like Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles?
Some shit like that, yeah.
Generic, but it's a pretty good one. I mean, that's a decent one.
But like,
you know what we should do on a podcast one time?
A cereal test?
Yeah. Just a tier list of cereals.
Oh. I was watching, we should do, like a top 10 thing. I seen, I was watching, like, Dude Perfect do it.
Yeah.
On, their that show. I don't know what you call it. Like, their sports show, I guess.
Yeah.
But, like, the one dude, he just sits there and gives their rank all the time. He's just, like, their go-to guy when it comes to the ranking, whatever.
Yeah.
And I mean, sometimes he does come up with, like, some bullshit-ass ones. But there's, like, maybe 30 options on the board.
Yeah.
And he'll give 10 of his best. And they'll be ranked 1 through 10, obviously.
Yeah.
Not just, like, you can't just pick 10 and be, like, no order. You could kind of, like, flip them back and forth, kind of be like, this one's, like, 4 and 5. Like, they could both kind of interchange. But yeah, no, we should do something like that. You know, he'll throw a couple honorable. So there'll be like 13 options up there. Some of them are honorable mentions.
It would be cool, and we could just have them here or taste test them.
They don't do like the taste test
they don't
sometimes,
do a taste test.
but
we should do a taste
that's
test,
like a
though.
different way we can do it.
Yeah. I think it would be cool. I like that kind of like challenge stuff, you know?
Yeah, something like that.
Even if we don't do it for the podcast, let's do it for my channel.
Yeah, just do it for a channel.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it, yeah, just upload it.
Yeah. I actually do have a video coming up, and I don't know if I want to say it's probably not going to release before this episode drops out.
So it's already out or going to be out after?
No, it's going to be out.
Okay.
I hope maybe before or after. It depends.
This is going to be next Tuesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wednesday. Next Wednesday. Yeah. It depends, right? So I did, with my sister, I did a mystery drink challenge. I sent her in the store with my credit card, and she bought 12 drinks.
Yeah.
And I had to try all 12 drinks. Like, it was like the box, right? And then you had the hole in the top and the straw and everything, and I guessed it. Bro, I did horrible, right?
Did you?
Oh my, that shit sucked too, bro. Oh
what were the drinks?
She had some crazy drinks too. Like, she picks ones that I would know.
Yeah.
Like, there was like one or two that I've never tried before, but most of them I knew, right?
Yeah.
But some of them were so bad. Like, you had the regulars, like, you had Gatorade.
Yeah.
You had, like, Celsius. Or no, I don't think Celsius was in the list, but you had, like, sparkling ice. You had, like, like, regulars like that. You had Prime. Like, you had stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then there was other ones, like, you had, like, lemon juice. You had, like, what was the other really bad one? There was this energy drink that was pretty bad. Like, it wasn't even that good. It just kind of tasted nasty.
Do you know what it was called?
Azazel or something. It was a weird name.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it before. She's like, yeah, you've never heard of this? Like, she had coffee. But at the end, the big thing was... So, she also did it too, even though she bought the drinks. She still had to guess.
Kind of discuss what they were.
Yeah.
You kind of mix and match.
And whoever at the end, and I won't tell you who won, whoever at the end had to drink all of them combined.
Oh, like all mixed into one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That thing looked disgusting. Like, it was just...
Is that
like,
a
at the end,
one?
when we were cleaning up everything afterwards, after everything ended, dude, it separated. The drink separated in the cup. That was the nastiest thing I've ever seen, ever.
That's pretty bad.
No, but that video is going to be a banger. I like that video. It was fun. I want to do more videos like that.
What was the worst drink out of them all that you should taste? Do you remember?
The lemon juice, definitely.
What was, like, the best one, I guess? Like,
the best one?
Your favorite one, I guess.
The favorite one? It should have been the apple juice. She gave me apple juice, and I thought it was nasty. But, like, it didn't taste like apple juice. It was so weird. Like,
maybe
it was really
brand.
weird.
Was it the same brand you get? Or was it like
yeah, it was the same brand I get. Which was even crazier. I was like, no.
It can't be.
It can't be. It betrayed me. No, one of the worst one, either the lemon juice. There was another really bad one, but I can't remember right now. No. But no, those challenges are so fun to me. I don't know, filming that was like, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
We should do that with James, but we just get a bottle of range.
Bro, he will die.
He'll just throw up.
He'll just throw up live on cam.
It's not that bad.
That's pretty bad.
Just cut it out.
We pranked our friend in drinking ranch.
We pranked our friend We pranked our friend with an allergic reaction.
Yeah.
Hospital.
In
little parentheses.
3 a.m. challenge. Just to throw that in. Remember when we were creating Jack videos? We're like, we gotta put 3 a.m. challenge in the end of it.
At 3 a.m.
So funny, dude.
Oh, the gone wrongs.
The gone wrong. Gone sexual.
Yeah, allergic reaction prank gone sexual. He's allergic to the honey packets.
The honey packet? We fed our friend a honey packet and he went wild.
Gone wrong. Gone right.
Gone right is crazy.
Fuck.
No, some of those videos are funny though. I want to do some of those videos. We have to.
Gone wrong.
No, not the gone wrong, bro.
One of those guessing videos?
Yeah. Or the guessing ones, or like just tier list videos.
Yeah. Just list them out. The Dude Perfect one, they do it pretty cool. They've like upgraded over time too.
Okay.
But sometimes they have like a board, like the little board, and they'll get like cutouts. It's like obviously paper.
Yeah.
Glued over like cardboard cardboard like slats, whatever. I don't know. And yeah, they just put him up. The dude's pretty funny about it too. He'd be like throwing. He did like a top 10 movies.
Yeah.
And he basically did like comedies only.
Oh really?
But it had like every option you wanted.
Yeah.
It was like kind of a consensus like. I think it was like 40 or 50 movies.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'd say like consensus like 35 of them like could have all been like a fair contention for all 10 spots.
Yeah.
And 15 of them definitely like shouldn't have been up there like there'd be like some bullshit like I don't know. Like, for example, like some Thomas the Train movie.
Yeah.
There was a Thomas the Train movie out there, but it's like something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And so like he like put like some of those ones that like
That's
definitely shouldn't have touched the board. He's like this one's number 3. But yeah, no, he did it all funny, and then he'd take like actual good ones, he'd throw them off to the side. He did like a bunch of Adam Sandler movies and some shit like that. I'm pretty sure. He like ranked his top. I think he put like Happy Gilmore top 10.
I mean that makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah.
I mean, I think ranking is just funny, and it's cool to do ranking. Like, I mean, I have a whole series out over it.
It's all
my Ranked Horror series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're running strong with that. That's, I think we're on episode like 57 or something for Ranked Horror series, and then there's like 60-something games that I've ranked.
And you're playing them all.
Yeah, and they're just all indie games.
How many are you in? How many?
It's like episode 57.
Oh, so you're close. Well, you said there's 60?
Yeah, because there's some that have double.
Oh, okay. So you're getting close to the end, though, or what? You're like halfway.
There's no end. That's the plan for it. I just want the biggest list on, like, YouTube history, pretty much.
Do you rank them afterward, like, within, like, all your other ones?
No, so it's, like, it's separate series. So what I do is, like, I take a game. It's not, like, more the, like, there's no, like, Poppy Playtime. Like, there's no, like, more titled games that like everyone plays. Like there's no Five Nights at Freddy's.
It's all underground.
It's more underground games where it's small time developers. I find all the games on itch, and itch is just small time. Any developer could just post on there, right?
Yeah. They
have their own media thing and everything, but like they just post on there and people like the stuff and everything, so the feed goes up and down for what games are on there.
Mm-hmm.
And I just play the horror games that are on there.
You don't rank the games that you've played though, like all 60, like whatever you're at, you know.
Yeah, I rank all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have like, my rankings are not like SA or anything. They're like stupid names.
Oh, okay.
But it's pretty much SA. Like I went like God tier. I think it's like something like God tier.
Super
something
high
like
up.
That. Yeah, God tier. Like, I would play this and like again, or like this. I was like kind of mid, and then like this is like, yeah, this just kind of sucked, and then the bottom is like, don't ever make me play this game again.
Yeah. So how many are in like that bottom tier where you're like
that bottom tier? I think there's only 2.
There's only 2 games you've played.
There's only 2 games that are like horrible.
Really, just like.
And like I mean, like to go all the way down there, like it's hard. Like, honestly, because I'm pretty optimistic on the games and everything.
Yeah.
Like, if it's kind of clunky and stuff, I mean, obviously, they're small-time creators, but there's some games I was like, what the fuck am I playing? Like,
you don't want to play this shit
like,
anymore.
this is horrible.
Now, damn.
Real.
How long do you play the game? Do you play them out and then? Like,
I play the entire game. Because most of these games are like
shorter ended, obviously.
Yeah, maximum like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like most of these games are not even 30 minutes long. I mean, there was like, I think there's like 1 or 2 that are like an hour long or something.
Yeah.
I think the longest one I played was Kanito Pet. Because I actually found Kanito Pet on itch before it went like huge. You know Kanito Pet?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so it was pretty much this game that, really cool game. Like, an amazing game.
Yeah.
So I found it on itch first and everything, and like afterwards a lot of people played it and it just blew up, and like it was one of those big games. Yeah. But that's why it's on my list. It hit God tier. But in that game, you're like playing through the game, right? And it's supposed to be like a Google Assistant, right?
Yeah.
And it's like this little purple dude, and he's like helping you. He's like, oh, welcome to my world and everything, and like, oh, I can help you with all this stuff and everything and all that, and like eventually this AI is like getting attached to you and starts like like being weird, like really weird. He starts like, he like creates games for you and everything, and he's like, we're gonna stay together forever, and like it gets crazy because why this game got so famous too, dude. It would take like one part that was crazy. I was like, I played it right.
Yeah.
And I was recording the entire thing, obviously. At one point, it's going through questions. It was like, it was like dumb questions, like what's your favorite color, like what's your whatever.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the question, the last question was, why are you recording me? And it has my OBS up on the screen, and it's like, and has an image of it. It was like, why are you recording me? And then it goes crazy, closes out of the game, and splits into a small window game, where it's him chasing you. Oh. That game was crazy. It was so cool to play.
How long was the playthrough on that?
That was like 2 hours.
Yeah.
That was my longest game.
I was gonna say that seems like a lengthier game. I was compared to 20. That's a whole lot for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Too. So how many games have you put in like your God tier ranking?
I think there's like 6 or 7. There might be 8.
And then how many games do you think you've played total now? I mean, through 57 episodes?
Like 60 pretty much. 60 or like 59 at this point. Because I know my Christmas episode had 3. And I think there was another one that had 1. Or 2. Like 2.
So sometimes some of your videos are kind of a couple games put into one.
Yeah, I'd like to more keep it at 1 game per video, even if it's a short video. But like, the Christmas one, I just made a Christmas special thing and played 3 games. 3 Christmas
kind of make it all together.
Yeah.
How long are their episodes usually when you post them on your channel?
Like
10 minutes, 15 minutes?
10 to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there really not a lot of cuts in those? Because it's not a lot to really...
Yeah, it depends on the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not the one editing it, really. It's Pug.
So it kind of just depends on what
he does. He does his thing. He knows how to edit them. Yeah, shout out Pug. He's a real G. He's like that.
Yeah, but most of the time it's usually most of the game, though. I mean, you watch the footage back, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I watched the edited version.
And yeah, it's just mostly, like, most of the game kind of played out. Yeah.
It depends. I mean, there's some parts that are, like, very slow, so that's just cut out.
Obviously.
Everything. Yeah. Stuff like that. No, but most of the games, some of, like, the S-tier games, those are, like, really good. And actually, I think I've added 2 games in the past, like, 3 episodes.
You found some good ones. Yeah,
I found, like, really good ones.
Now, what's your decision-making process as you, like, scroll through the website and you're looking at these different content creators, I guess, and, game creators?
I just look at I'm like, oh, this one's interesting, and just
pick one that grabs your eye.
Yeah, pretty much. And, like, sometimes I look at playtime, depending on, like, my schedule, because sometimes I'm like, I just want a video out. So I play this one, and it's shorter, so I'm like, okay, I could do this one. So it could come out easier. Yeah. So it could come out faster. I mean, there's a few like that, but most of them, I just, like, go off of, like, oh, that actually looks fun. Like, that one would be a fun one to play.
Uh-huh. Is there any games you've, like, played back? I mean, in your free time, is there any ones that, like, really...
Small creator ones? I want to say no.
No, most of them are just for the...
Actually, that's not true. Spelunky.
You played it multiple times?
Yeah. Spelunky, I played it, like, a second time over because I was trying to figure out the lore to that game. That's another game that I played. Well, actually, I played that after I got famous, but it was on itch, too.
Yeah.
It got famous off itch. It literally, Spelunky, it's that game, you know that music bot game where you, like, you select the instrument or whatever and slide it to the dude and he starts playing the song?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that, but it's a cursed version of the game.
Oh,
so like, there was a whole bunch of lore stuff towards it and everything, and then it got weird.
And so what, you just played it through one time, put it in your channel, and then, like...
And then, like, afterwards, me and Pug were talking about it, and I was like, I gotta try this out again.
It's like you're itching for it.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
I just want to find out about it. I even watched a lore video on my second channel for it.
Oh, your reaction video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lore is deep in that game.
Is there, like, multiple endings to it, kind of? Or, like...
So, how the game is, it's weird. So, the game is not, like... It's not really... the game is not really, like... how the lore goes, it's more fan-based lore instead of, like, creator-based. So, like, the creator made the game, and then there's, like, these different phases, if I'm not wrong. There's these different phases that fans made.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he just dropped to this and didn't talk about it. I think. And, like, pretty much...
So it's kind of like people making their minds up on kind of
making
what they think.
what it is.
Yeah.
And, like, there's small pieces of lore in the original game, because I played the original game.
Yeah.
And then, like, there's, like, all these spin-offs of it, pretty much.
Kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's and how people kind of made that.
Yeah, how they spun off to it. But, like, those have their own, like... Well, they kind of have a story to it.
I was going to say, there's no real lore, but it's kind of like a reskinned version. Like, there's some bullshit that happens. Like,
yeah.
I always remember
But they usually stick to the story.
It's kind of similar, yeah. It's always kind of similar.
But it's not, like, the lore.
It's like, like I was saying, it's kind of like a texture pack.
Yeah.
You know, it's literally the same thing as Five Nights at Freddy's, but then they'll change it out to, like, Kermit and the Crew or whatever.
Yeah, it's, like, completely separate, though, that kind of lore. But for some reason, the fans made a whole other game to it, pretty much.
Yeah.
So it was pretty interesting. But then weird people got to it. And they started making weird things, yeah.
And it's just like
just sexual content on it, which is so stupid.
That's just what people take it to, though.
Yeah.
But you've played some, like, the fan-made versions and, like, seen, like, the different lore endings of those?
Yeah, off camera.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
And those were cool. Some of them were weird.
Yeah. What's, like, the weirdest one you think you play that's, like, safe for this?
That's like there was none that were like crazy, but I mean there was some that were cool, like that were reskins of like different games. So like you had some, it was like almost the same base game, but they like made it into like Five Nights at Freddy's, or they made it into like different characters like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is pretty cool. Or they made their own different thing. But the original game, it's creepy, dude. Like, it's really creepy. Like, even
How long is the playthrough in that game?
Not even 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
That's a crazy thing.
It's a quick one, too.
But it's creepy. Like, and, like, that's why I want to find out about the lore, because it really leaves you on a cliffhanger. And I'm dude, I want to know what's going on.
And so was there ever actually an actual sequel to, the first one?
No, not that I've known of. Not so far. I don't think so. I've never checked up on it.
How long ago did you play this?
2 months ago?
So it's kind of recent time for, like, I guess when a game can be developed.
Yeah. I would say 3 months ago, actually.
Yeah, so maybe there's one.
Especially such a simple game like this, yeah.
I was going to say, I don't know how quick, maybe you can a guy can, like, throw together a game like that. And even actually make purpose to it, though, Yeah. It's one thing to make a game, but then another thing to actually add a storyline behind it.
Yeah.
And, honestly, I wonder how long it took that first one, because, if it leaves you on a cliffhanger, it says something about, the person who made the game and just the story that it's telling.
Yeah.
And it leaves you wondering, what's next, what happened, because like you said, everybody's kind of making its own fan direction of it.
Yeah.
But like, what's the actual take? And sometimes it can be a good thing, but sometimes it can be a bad thing. A guy can just be like, maybe he's just spitting out information that's just like him trying to get people off his back, or maybe he has like some true interest in it and wants to see like
it depends
a real story to it.
Yeah, because like, for instance, like some aspects why it was so creepy, like, so there was phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 2 pretty much made everything dark.
Yeah.
And that's supposed, in the lore, that's when everyone died. Like, everyone, like, people went crazy and the characters started killing each other. Yeah. And, like, you could literally visibly see it. Like, there's some characters with, like, holes in their chest, like, completely torn off eyes, and they're somehow still alive.
Yeah.
And, like, singing. And it's creepy. And, like, there's this tree, right? There's this tree that has, like, it's singing in phase 1, but in phase 2, it's a black tree with a missing poster on it.
Oh, okay.
And it's, like, terrifying.
So the game really does, like, take, like, a really all happy thing, and then, it just switches up completely.
Yeah. Almost like a kid's game to, like, a, like, horror, crazy thing that happened.
Yeah, like some horrible thing happened.
Yeah.
Kind of like the movie Us. You ever seen that movie?
Yeah, exactly.
Everything was kind of all happy until one night, like, the underground world took over and everybody was just getting killed by themselves, really.
Yeah.
And then, like, their worst version of themselves brought the world together.
Yeah.
Like they said.
But follow us. Yeah. We're going to end the podcast. Yeah, follow us, guys.
Links in the description.
Links in the description.
Patreon.
Follow TikTok. Follow Jack. Follow
Donate to Patreon.
There's no Patreon, bro. We should eventually make a Patreon. But that's when we actually have people watching us, though.
Donate to Patreon right now.
Maybe if you guys watched, we'll make a Patreon. The Patreon episodes would go crazy.
It wouldn't be much different. Oh, I mean...
No, Patreon's cool.
You could post, like, fucked up shit.
Like that ranked up stuff? Like, we could do the ranking and everything. We could react to stuff on there, too.
Yeah.
Patreon's weird. I don't know how it works, but what we said. Yeah, pretty much ball out.